very patient, have to be.
Yeah.
I will call the meeting of the Village of Beach Park Village Board to order. This is the July 8th, 2021 meeting. It's a habit I will not be able to break since COVID, a year of reading the date and the time of the meeting. We all know what time it is. It's 7 o'clock. I will ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Here,
Trustee Miller.
Here.
Trustee Addison is absent. Trustee Siddick.
Here.
Trustee Wells.
Here.
Attorney Brogan.
Present.
Mayor Hucker.
Here.
And Clerk McDonald is here.
All right. If you would all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, our next agenda item is public comment on agenda items, but I see a bevy of beautiful girls in our audience that I think wanted to come up and introduce themselves. And I would invite you as a group or individually to come up to the podium and tell us your name and what's happening.
Oh, wait a minute. No.
Even my little's almost taller than me. Okay. My name is Brianna Garza. I am Miss Beach Park 2021. I really appreciate you guys having us come today. I have been a resident here of Beach Park for 21 years, so I'm excited to represent you guys.
Very
Thank you.
good. Welcome and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Larson, Teen Miss Beach Park, and there's not much about me.
Well, where do you go to school?
I go to Jack Benny Middle.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cleva Gomez. I'm 12 years old. I'm Junior Miss Beach Park, and I go to the Beach Park Middle School.
Very good.
And my favorite color is yellow.
I love it. I love it. Somebody needs to move the microphone for her. You can just take it.
look her up. There you go.
Oh,
Awesome.
My name is Harmony. I'm 7 years old. I'm Little Miss Beach Park.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you all for coming
Yeah, definitely.
and congratulations.
All is.
Look forward to seeing you at all the events that we're going to have this year, right?
Yeah, well,
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you,
Congratulations.
darling.
All right. Now is the time for public comment on any agenda items. If anyone would wish to address the board on anything that's contained in the agenda, now would be the time. All we'd ask is that you would come up to the microphone and give us your name and state your case. There will be another opportunity to speak at the end of the agenda if anyone wishes to address the board then. All right. Moving on then, we have our consent agenda. And this includes the approval of the board's regular meeting minutes from June 24th and the bills presented for payment in the amount of $174,531.18. Do we have is there anything the board would wish to have excluded and considered separately? All right. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Gus, second by trustee Miller. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Don't know that I have anything specific to report on for this last couple of weeks. So I guess we'll move on to trustee reports. First up, we've got Finance Committee, Trustee Jensen.
Thank you, Mayor. First, our next Finance Committee meeting is Wednesday, July 21st. It will be in person and upstairs in the small conference room. I have an agenda item to bring to the board tonight. I'd like to offer a resolution authorizing the Village of Beach Park to enter into an agreement for managed technology services between the Village of Beach Park and Platinum Systems. And if you look at your cover memo here, they have been serving the village since 2015, have just now increased their rates. They hadn't previously. They are offering additional services, however, and this is the management of the village's computer system, including backups, virus protection, and all that sort of thing, which is becoming ever more important these days. So that is a motion.
Second.
A motion by Trustee Jensen, second by Trustee Miller. Any discussion? All right. Ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gust.
Aye. Motion carries.
That concludes my report, Mayor.
All right, sir. Moving on to Parks and Recreation, Trustee Gust.
Yes, I also have a resolution looking for to Founders Park resolution authorizing an agreement with Sports for use of Founders Park baseball field. And the only question I have is, did they give us their insurance yet? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir, we have the insurance already.
And it's
As
only
required.
used for, I believe it's 8 or 10 weeks, I believe I read in here. So I'm looking for a second.
I'll second that, Mayor.
All right, we have a motion by Trustee Gust, second by Trustee Jensen. It's good to see the ball fields get a little bit of use,
Definitely on that part, I'm happy on that.
especially T-ball. That's great.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the
that's
best. That's the best. Any discussion?
I'm pleased to see that, as you said, that these fields are being used. It's a little disappointing to see that all the hoops we make people go through to do this. It's kind of not the way things used to be in the old days when my kids were playing in those fields, but it's a litigious society, right?
Oh, yes.
That we live in. And so we are forced to do this sort of thing.
Yep, you're right. It does, the barriers to organized use become increasingly difficult, so.
I think it protects the user and the village.
Yes.
Certainly does. Certainly does. And God forbid someone gets hurt. So, all right. Well, then I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gust.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
And the only other thing I got, don't forget the big August 1st movie. It'll be a beautiful night.
All right.
And that ends my report.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on to Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee, Trustee Wells, what have you got tonight?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have one item for your consideration. It's a motion to approve a resolution accepting a grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority's Abandoned Residential Property Municipal Relief Program. The Village of Beach Park was awarded a $50,000 abandoned property program grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority. The APP grant funds are intended to assist municipalities and counties in addressing the negative impacts of abandoned residential properties. Eligible activities include the rehabilitation, demolition, and board up of residential properties, as well as the mowing and minor property maintenance. Legal fees, fines, and acquisition costs are not eligible for this program. The required resolution accepting the grant and its associated terms is attached for the board's consideration. A copy of the funding agreement is also attached to the resolution. The resolution and the documents associated with the funding agreement are due to the IHDA by July 14th of 2021. The village has participated in 3 previous funding cycles for the program, which operates on a 2-year cycle. And this is is consistent with the village's priority to pursue grants and other funding sources to assist with various projects in the Village of Beach Park.
Okay. All right, so that was a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Motion by Trustee Wells, second by Trustee Jensen. Discussion.
I have a question for our administrator. It says a 2-year cycle. Is this 50,000 for both years or the first year?
Yes, 50,000
That's
for
your
the,
question, not his.
yes,
Question.
$50,000 for the round for both years.
For the 2 years,
Yeah, that's correct.
not each year, not 100 grand.
No, that's correct.
50. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I like the way you're thinking though. Because, I mean, we could say we didn't understand that and just give them $100,000 worth of bills. I mean, it's Illinois, they might pay it.
Yeah. Is that the way, is that the way Husker Electric operates?
No, they're better, maybe they're better at not paying things.
All right, scratch that idea.
Yeah, I have a question too. Now, does this take us out to July of 2023, or would it be whenever they accept our paperwork?
Yeah, it's 2 years for the cycle for that time period. And just as a, as an aside, the state's granting an approval for us to extend the round 4, which the mayor's working on now with Andrew's been, doing all that paperwork. But so, we're still spending the round 4 money before we hit the next round money.
Do you have
So,
to exhaust round 4 before you start round 5?
no, but we have plenty to do, so I don't think we'll have a
Oh, okay,
problem with
good.
that. Yeah.
Very good. Nice to hear.
Good. As a dear friend of mine said, every $50,000 helps.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't know.
All right, then I guess I would ask the clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Siddick. Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
And that concludes my report, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Public Relations Intergovernmental Agreement Committee, Trustee Miller.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. And I will just say I'm glad the 4th of July is over. It was a little noisy.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what was going on this year, but boy, for a state that outlaws fireworks, you'd never, ever know it, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Lake County Sheriff was probably very busy, but I didn't hear that there was anything dramatic that happened in the village.
No, I did receive directly some complaints, including one today as I was shopping at Ace Hardware from a resident that says, it says the maximum fine is $500 and we should be giving out tickets. We could do a lot for our budget that way. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like chasing the wind. It's you hear the noise over here and you start that direction, then you hear one behind you. You got to turn around and you can't.
Yeah, I guess the good news is that no one was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had, I think it was 20 some fireworks calls on the CAD report for Sunday for the 4th.
Oh, wow.
So people were calling, obviously.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think it was safe to say that it sounded like there was a nonstop grand finale going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Just, it's the part where it makes you want to look, but it just never stopped. And we're kind of high up where we're at, and we had kind of a panoramic view of things going everywhere. I don't know that we could see Gurnee, but usually that's where you start. Well, it's Six Flags. No, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
So someone said they must have had a special, buy one, get 20,000 free. So,
Well, anyway, that's all I had tonight. Thank you.
all right. Thank you. What's that?
I just said there was some huge explosions.
Yeah, there were some big ones.
Nonstop. It's ridiculous.
All right. Public Safety Committee, Trustee Siddick.
Thank you. I see the sheriff's office is not with us this evening for any updates. Chief Stahl is here from the fire department. Do you have anything you'd like to share with the village residents?
I'm still working with the IDNR, trying to get some markers at the lakefront because we had another water incident. I'm sure you heard people decided to take pool floaties and end up half a mile to 3/4 of a mile out, which elicited someone trying to go out and save them with pool noodles, which doesn't help.
Right.
So Coast Guard had to come out, and Waukegan Fire Department ended up coming out because they have a boat right now.
Okay.
No injuries, but again, we're trying to. It's difficult for us when someone calls because they don't know exactly where they are. I did speak with Mr. Pfeffer from IDNR. Says that they're working on trying to build a break wall
Mm-hmm.
for the lake to stop the erosion,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't want to put up signs as of yet because if they do, they're just going to get washed away.
Yeah.
So something in the meantime, I got to get permission from them first, just to maybe put up our own signs
Mm-hmm.
as a temporary fix. So at least give us a better idea if someone calls for help, we know where they're at.
Yep.
Instead of trying to play tag where you at.
Yep.
So with that, and also I did have something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. Wasn't anything major, but I think for the National Night Out, hopefully we can see everyone there on August 3rd.
Yep.
So we'll be present there also.
Great. Great.
Anything I can answer for anyone?
I did see in the news that we lost a Beach Park resident at one of the beaches. I don't know which one it was, but a former military and police officer, North Chicago police officer, I understand, drowned, but I don't know where that was.
There was one in Zion.
Was it the Zion, the North Unit?
On the 5th, around 17th Street entrance.
Yep.
Because those, it was the same day.
Okay.
So that's possibly the one. I haven't heard any update on that one, but I know when they pulled someone out of the water in Zion that they were doing CPR. So I'd assume that'd probably be the one, but I just haven't heard anything else on that.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate the information.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'd like to mention we have a public safety meeting, which will be held tomorrow at 10 o'clock here at Village Hall.
Okay.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Trustee Otterson is not with us tonight for Public Works. Is there any report on their behalf? Okay. I was looking at the Public Works Director.
Is
But
Mark not using,
He was playing Pac-Man or something. He uses that joystick quite a bit, so
is Mark now using the they pronoun?
they,
No, you said on their behalf.
on their,
I thought maybe he'd changed pronouns.
oh, I don't know.
We'll have to find out next time.
You ask.
I will. I'll be
Okay.
happy to.
I have no report tonight for the TIF committee. There's nothing under staff reports, and I trust nothing, okay.
Nothing
No
gets-
old business on the agenda. Is there any new business for the good of the group? Well, we're not setting a record tonight, but we're close. Is there any citizen that hasn't already addressed the board that would like to address the board? I knew it.
All right.
And has a vast amount of experience and whatever. I have several questions. One, I think we all noted that crime is going wild around the country, around the state and everything. My question to the board is, what's our plan? What are we going to do if something happens, a major catastrophe in crime? Right now, you know, just in my neighborhood, I could go down a murder down the block. Then we had the murder on Wadsworth Road next to McDonald's, a shooting on Barstow east of Garrity was the gangbanger. We've got shooters in Founders Park. We've got the lack of respect for police and whatever. So being in emergency management for my whole life, you always prepare for the worst case scenario. So do we have a plan? Because we're sandwiched between Zion and Waukegan. They're the worst communities, according to YouTube, in the state. They tell you don't live there at all. You know, so I know we're going to get bleeding over and over. People are going to come in, whatever. So I think our community is great. I worked on all the committees to get it installed. But I'd like to know that the village and the board is considering a plan. Because with all the gangbangers and stuff, you know, it could easily happen overnight or whatever. Are we looking at maybe for security at the Founders Park, maybe armed security when you have large gatherings so people don't get shot? Maybe additional police or something? Or do we still have the reverse 911 system?
Yes.
That would be helpful, something in the newsletter to say there's been a little crime uptick in this area or whatever, you know, because when I walk through the neighborhood and I talk to a lot of people, we walk in the morning, everybody comes to me because they know I was somewhere involved in the community. And I don't have anything to say, you know, I mean, well, we heard this happen, we heard that happen. And I agree with the fireworks. It was like, I was never in combat, but I was in a lot of maneuvers, and it was the worst I've heard in a long time. When we walked down to Barstow, just east of Garrity, the whole street was fireworks stuff. You could see the remnants of stuff there. So I know the police can't really do that much because I was a police officer and we tried to shut things down. But like I said, that's my concern for someone who's been here, because we got to have a plan, because if something happens, we got to have, you know, do we bring in people? Do we improve our home
Emergency
neighborhood
operations.
watch or whatever? Yeah, I mean, we should be planning on, I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but I think because we're sandwiched between these two communities that have a lot of, there's just overfeed on that stuff, and they have a lot of shootings and stuff. I have a police monitor, and you won't believe the number of shootings and gunshots, and even Waukegan's gonna get the one like in Chicago where he hears a gunshot and dispatches the police. So if it's that bad, I think we should be looking at how to protect our people. That's my comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. We have no cause tonight for an executive session. Is there,
Mayor,
oh,
it'd be my pleasure to offer a motion to adjourn.
we have a motion by trustee Jensen. Do we have a second?
So moved.
We have a second by trustee Gust. Roll call, please.
Trustee Gust,
Aye.
trustee Jensen,
Aye.
trustee Miller,
Aye.
trustee Stiddick,
Aye.
and trustee Wells.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all.